A new state law promises property tax relief, but some school districts are worried it could hurt their funding. Voters passed House Bill 581, also known as Property Tax Relief and Reform for Georgians, in November. 11 Alive's Joe Ripley explains the impact.
HB 581 offers a statewide floating homestead exemption, linking how much property taxes go up to the rate of inflation in a given year. Local governments that implement the policy can also levy an optional sales tax to offset the lost revenue from capped property taxes.
Everybody is trying to decide in a short amount of time whether this is something that will work for them in the long term.
Kyle Wingfield with the Georgia Public Policy Foundation says property taxes are the only tax that local governments can decide how much a home is worth and how much it's taxed.
Those with more valuable homes would save more. It also depends on what the millage rate is, to figure out how much that will lead to a savings for people.
The measure allows for a one-time opt-out period for cities, counties, or school districts through March 1st. Opting out requires a resolution and 3 public hearings. Danny Canso with the Georgia Budget and Policy Institute says that move makes sense for many school districts because they rely heavily on property taxes to operate, and they can't levy a sales tax to make up for the losses.
If they freeze this really significant share of their budgets, that would mean either higher property tax millage rates, which means that folks have to pay more in a different way, or higher sales taxes.
But Wingfield argues schools are better funded now more than ever due to higher property taxes and pandemic-era federal funding. Joe Ripley, 11 Alive News.
Both policy experts believe state lawmakers will revisit this issue to see how it affects residents and funding for school districts as well as local governments.